speaking about Spotify podcasting, Apple and podcasting, DJ AKADEMIKS took his podcast to Spotify. Interesting deal. I'm still looking into it. He's gonna, build himself out, do a job, see what happened, and I'm seeing the rappers want to go up there and want to talk to him about stuff. So that's great. That's great for him. I thought he was gonna have trouble with his approach, right? Because he was approaching it like get down or lay down, but I guess the rappers laying down respectfully. DJ AKADEMIKS does have a big platform respectfully, so I guess they got to get with the get down. But this is the thing, right? He took his podcast over to Spotify. Again, I think this is still in response to the Joe Budden deal leaving Spotify. Again, AKADEMIKS served some of that audience. Rory and Mal served some of that audience. Those two together would give us 70% of what Joe would have gave us, and we saved a lot of money, right? So from a business standpoint, I think they're looking to do it that way. What's interesting about the deal, though, is they have AKADEMIKS going 3 times a week, and I'm not sure what the money is, but they got him going 3 times a week, that's a lot of content for AKADEMIKS to come straight out the woods 3 times a week. Pardon. I know y'all think this is just when you look at me do it or people do it, all you got to do is sit there and shoot the shoot. Yeah. It ain't that, man. It's a dance. There's segues. There's topics you need to discuss. There's time you need to transition in and out of those topics. There's ways you need to do it to stay interesting. Your little style, whether that's whatever that may, right? So it's a lot that goes into it. Interesting, and I'm going to watch it. But I'm going to examine the Joe Budden and AKADEMIKS in contrast situation with Spotify in regards to what Spotify's doing with giving. They're probably looking at the Joe Budden situation like, yeah, we really made a good decision. We were close to giving him 40, 50 M's. And we might have gave these, Rory and Mal and them came free, right? But give him a couple million, not to, maybe 5, 7 for a 3-year deal, something like that, right? And save 25 M's, 30 M's, and still service that same. But the game's not over. That's why Joe stands firm and he holds out, and he doesn't put his stuff everywhere because he's trying to get deals with everybody. He's treating his part, and they're trying to make him submit. But he likes to treat his podcast like almost like a TV show, right? So if you see Law and Order on ABC, they paid. But if you see it on Fox, they paid. And you can see these all at the same time. You see it on FX, a special unit. That's still another check, and it still go, right? So he's treating it more so from that perspective, and I understand that. But you got to readjust now because your business is in a different standpoint. Let's get to AKADEMIKS. Following the Tekashi 6ix9ine interview, Shotti comes on AKADEMIKS. I want you guys to know 1 and 2 things. The reception that the Tekashi 6ix9ine interview got, the Shotti interview didn't get. And that to me feels intentional. Number 1, it feels like he didn't get as many clips put up. It wasn't as much going on with it. And the blogs didn't grab it. They don't care what he's saying. It's like they only care about what Tekashi is saying. And it's very interesting. It's a strange thing. I didn't see any Clubhouse rooms pop up after it. Like, it just kind of sit there and went away. Now, what this does for AKADEMIKS is tell Shotti, yo, I allowed you to say your piece, bro. Whether or not they, that's on them. But I think AKADEMIKS doesn't understand what's happening with Shotti. He doesn't understand the street, so he don't understand that people, like, sometimes I got to go buy something from somebody I don't care for. But the business and my phone call for me I got to get straight. I know he ain't the police. We just got issues. Sometimes you politic not necessarily with the cold hard enemy, but with people that your interests don't align with for the sake of, I got to get straight to take care of my people, right? So my plug ain't in town. Don't nobody got nothing, but the ops cousin got some on the other side. I'm fading the ops. I'm going to get straight. take my money to the ops territory and go and get straight. You know, sometimes that's the approach, right? So, in my opinion, what Shotti is doing is trying to make sure that Ak understands, number one, get him to clearly state to me that you know what you're doing and you on the other side. And I'm going to laugh it off and act like, no, bro, it's just what you do. Because everybody know you play dead to catch. Listen, you play dead for them to come see if you dead, nigga. You understand? So you trying to trick them into, man, listen. And then when I hold you accountable for it, you can't backtrack because you told me you knew what you were doing. You knew I was lawyer. You knew what he was doing. You knew he was perpetuating lies. It's a public case. You haven't put nothing out, right? So these is what things start to come into play at. Let's listen to a little bit of the interview, man, and we'll give our outlook on it.
Felt you guys were being dishonest because there was show money missing and you guys were lying about it. He said that on the Breakfast Club interview. Did you ever take any money without his knowledge? Were you siphoning money off the top? Did anybody do that?
Never. Nobody like academics, man. Again, y'all know what's true and what's fake, man. Like, you're in the business, okay? There are people that handle certain amounts of money, and you know this. He had a business manager. I had my accountants. I had Tashia from MTA Booking. I had Nicole, which is my assistant. They all handled the funds. Like, if he had any proof behind that, he'd have showed it. I would have been sued. Like, the point is, I'm a millionaire. He was mad. Like, I've made deals. He's not the only artist I work with. Like, that's just that. I came in jail a millionaire. I'm gonna go home a millionaire with probably more money than I came in with. It's just that simple. There's no need. It was never a need for me to steal anything or siphon or any other words you might come up with. Like, it didn't happen, man. Like, so the spreading in my name ain't gonna work. First off, and if I did, I'm tough. Act like I'm not a square. I'd have said I took it. Like, I'm tough, my nigga. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, at no point could he do anything to me or nobody else. If I took money, I'd have said, yeah, I took that nigga money. And
this call is from a federal prison.
He wouldn't have had nothing to say. It's just that simple.
So basically, Ak is asking him, hey, yo, bro, man, did y'all steal his money, bro? He's saying that's why he told. He's like, yo, this dude's a shrimp. If I'd have took his money, I'd be telling you I took the dude money. Like, he's a clown. I took his money. So this is how you know the people that was active. This is how they look at dude. And he got so much to prove, man. He gonna walk himself into a situation where it's time to prove it. And it ain't gonna always be the way that we envision it in our mind. You know, I talked before about the fight I got in Walmart. I beat dude up in Walmart. But it was one mistake I made. In my mind, I saw myself coming through with the overhand right and knocking 5 from him. I'm talking about, yeah. But I come through with the overhand right. And guess what? I had a praying grandmother. You feel me? I fall. Boom. He come with the kick game, but you know, cerebral. I'm out of there. Boom. I jump back up. I ain't doing that no more. I'm just going to jab him down because, again, I was dealing with what I thought I could do versus what actually happened when this was in front of me. So these are people that's active. They know, like, bro, he ain't cut. That dude ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. Like, it's almost feels like he want to get, hit before they come home so he can get on out the way.
Shotti, I remember one time I was in the studio with you and you said this vividly. You said, yo, I'll do anything for this kid. I'll lay my life down for him. Do you regret, like statements like that, or even do you regret like bringing him so close to like how you guys are moving that he had some of the knowledge? Because that's another thing that Wack 100 said. He said, if you're going to have somebody who's a high-prized asset like 6ix9ine, he's not supposed to know when the shootings and the robberies about to go down. And he's not supposed to make a call.
This is Wack. Whatever Wack says has no concern or no, it holds no merit on nothing I did or my people do. First and foremost, let's get that out of the way, right? Secondly, we are who we are, bro. Like, there's no regretting anything. But the fact that you said that means that you know that we were loyal to him. Aside from what he's normally saying, he's running around saying nobody was loyal to him. But you know firsthand that we were loyal. Am I right?
Yeah.
For the fact that you even asking that question. All right. So the fact that you hold on. Before you go any further, the fact that you're even asking me a question about our loyalty, or if we felt that he violated our loyalty, that means we were loyal to him at one point. So whatever he's saying holds no merit, man. And even if I'm gonna go to this, man, worst case scenario, if I did fuck Sarah, did Kuda B fuck Sarah? Did Melly fuck Sarah? Did Crippy fuck Sarah?
He said he didn't tell. He said he didn't tell on Kuda B. That's what he said. He says he never told on Kuda. He said Kuda told on him.
Why Kuda told on him? Why the fuck? Are you serious?
That's what he says. He quotes an article.
Y'all know this public record, man. Like, y'all know everything is public record. Kuda B ain't tell on that boy, man. Kuda B ain't do that, man. Tell the boy stop lying. Like, why is Kuda in jail and he's not? Like, common sense will tell you that, man. Don't tell us. Yeah.
Would you do anything different? And also, when we were doing that interview, like I saw like, there was a DM. I guess your son had reached out to him. Like, would you ever forgive 6ix9ine? Ever?
Forgive him? Not like he's forgiven. Like he's just a boy. Like he gotta forgive himself at the end of the day. he don't like how he living, man. Like he don't like that. He doesn't like hiding. He's hiding. He don't got no money to pay security. You know what I'm saying? Like money ran out, man. Like it's over for him. That's just that, man. I'll call y'all back in like I'll call you back, man. You know what I'm saying? So we can finish this stuff. I'll call you back, all right?
So I'm almost to a point where I could almost believe that money running out, because I think the money's running out, but you want to make yourself feel like you doing it because you ain't scared. But he kind of telling you it's about the money. Hey, yo, I spent 1.1 million, bro, since February to such and such. And he kept saying it, February to such and such 1.1, February to such and such 1.1 million, man. February to, you see what I'm saying? That's a lot of money, bro. And ain't no money coming in. Them streaming numbers ain't doing that. I don't know no merch that's selling for them. So ain't no money coming in. What's coming? You on Billboard last time. That's making a lot of money. But right now ain't no money coming in. So you can't afford to continue to have security. You can't afford to continue to have security. It don't matter what you say. I know better than that. You cannot afford to continue to have security. You do not have you don't have no money coming in. What investments have you made? We don't know you to be a businessman. You even say I'm not a businessman like that. I just do rap. I think they gave him 11 million. And if they did, he should still have some money. But we know how deals are broke down, and there's times you're paid, advances, things like that, benchmarks you need to meet before you make certain, there's things happening. We know that to be the case. So yeah, let's listen to a little more.
That's simple. That's not even a question. That's like that. No, like it's point blank. No, like not even. His name is not even the same sentence as that. It wouldn't be. It couldn't be.
So what he's asking right here is based on what Wack 100 is saying, and that was real interesting to me too, is that he keep telling Wack 100, he keep telling Shotti what Wack 100 is saying about his case, right? I get telling other people what Wack 100 is saying, right? That's cool, but this my case, bro. Like, it's my case. Let me tell you what, don't tell me what somebody that ain't on the case saying, respectfully. They not on the case. Or they ain't providing no paperwork. I can see if they're explaining what they're looking at. We got to respect truth is truth and lies is lies. But don't come to me about somebody that ain't on my case that's speculating about what the circumstances are surrounding it. We know the courtroom is very detailed. It's very detailed in regards to the specifics of things. Now, there's blanket things that we know. If you're a rat, you're a rat. But it's detailed about the circumstances of cases like failure to prosecute, illegal search and seizure, right? Somebody might get caught with something in my city and they done something wrong, illegal search and seizure, that case is gone. Now they calling him a rat because he beat the like, it's certain things that people on the outside don't have any information on. That's why when Wack, someone that people say, okay, he speaks for the streets. This is what the consumer looks at this and says, Wack speaks for the streets. Not speaks for the streets. Let me retract that. Wack understands the streets. So he's a voice and an extension of the understanding of people that operate around the streets. So when he says he should have been locked up, or dang, he might be a rat, or when he sits with 6ix9ine, or when these things are subtle cosigns, and it gives merit to situations. But Wack and Shotti got something going. Wack don't like Shotti. Shotti don't like Wack. There's something going on there. But let's listen to him. He asked him, have Jim Jones participated again? I explained why they didn't put Jim Jones on the warrant. I'm sorry. On the indictment. It would have then weakened the case, because now you bring someone in. We bring all these people that explain that they're reaching. Violate means this. It's not even that kind of situation. And we're talking about on TMZ, Keep that off the case. That only weakens the case. And they're going to fight like hell to make sure Jim don't go, because he's part of the money. If this is what the federal government says it is, I don't believe it to be the case, because I don't think nobody doing nothing wrong. Outside of touching children and things like that, they need to go to prison. But when we talk about me and my brothers unform some kind of camaraderie, we won't allow people to disrespect, take things from us, and we're trying to get a few dollars. I understand that they call that a game. But I see the same thing being done by Ford, being done by Pepsi, being done by America even. So it's kind of confusing when the optics are viewed that way. I see it as the same thing, but y'all telling me it's different. Something interesting about that. I haven't done enough research on it. But let's listen to what he said.
All these rappers are getting indicted by the feds right now. Who you think? Go back to his case history. Like, when he testified, he called all these dudes' names up. Why are you calling Jim Jones?
This call is from a federal prison.
Why are you calling Jim Jones' name in an interview with Wack? Why are you doing things like that? You still trying to get people indicted? What type of time are you on if you didn't tell? If you get what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. I'm glad you brought up Jim Jones, because, like, for clarity for everybody else, and I'm hoping you still have a good relationship with Mel Murder, right? Do you, Mel Murder, or anybody else from 9 Trey consider Jim Jones a snitch?
Hell, come on, that's not even a question. That's not even a question. If he was, we wouldn't be around him. That's the bro. Like, I love him. I love him like he loves us. It's just that simple. That's not even a question. That's like that's no. Like, it's point blank no. Like, not even. His name is not even the same sentence as that. It wouldn't be. It couldn't be. Like, we hold him with the highest regard for a reason. We couldn't be. It wouldn't be. Not at all.
I'm only asking that because recently, like, the whole topic of 6ix9ine saying, yo, he should have been indicted because of a conversation about super violating.
Listen, man. Like, y'all got to really understand what's going on. This is a federal case, right? If Jim had anything to do with anything, he would have been indicted. He didn't have anything to do with anything, bro. People are allowed to say what they feel at any given time. If you violate me and I feel like I want to tell my brother what to do, that's cool, bro. Like, that's what he was doing. Y'all heard it. The recordings came out, and the full-length recordings are going to be out on the Treyway documentary, my documentary. But you heard what Complex released. Y'all heard it. He was just speaking something. He didn't say anything. Nobody said kill the kid or hurt the kid. He ain't say nothing like that.
Well, Wack said a security guard was attacked afterwards. That's what he said.
Wack is not part of this. Like, why does what he says have merit? Like, they're speaking.
Well, it's a part of the main narrative and conversation. When we talked before we even did this, you said, "Ak, what's going on with the narrative?" Right. This is how the narrative is getting out. So I'm asking you. You can confront the narrative.
This is for the world. This is for the world. This is for the world and all your fans and all his fans, man. Right? When somebody speaks on a situation without any facts, it's their opinion. What you're listening to is two fucking corny ass dudes' opinion. These are not facts. Like, you get what I'm saying? If somebody wants to take the time out and get facts, they can do that. That's what we're here for. It's a public record, man. The case is public record, man. So all this shit that y'all running around with this dude, and he's running around talking all this shit, and come on, man. It's not even interview worthy. You hear what I'm saying? It's not even interview worthy.
And by the way, I know you say you didn't consider, which I would like to know why you didn't consider Wack a street dude. But for us civilians like me, right? When Wack says, "Yo, I know what usually goes down when things like this happen," so you know, like if he's giving insight, you know. So number one, why don't you?
What usually goes down?
Well, he's just saying that usually if somebody's on a on a wiretap talking like that, usually charges come down. If there isn't charges, there's something else going on. That's his thing. That's his.
First and foremost, you have to. Usually, he's never been indicted by the federal government. Like, you have to commit a crime. Like, the standards on being in the federal government is very high. Like, even in the state, you can't prosecute somebody for being on the phone and saying, "Hey, yo, I think you should do this," or "I think you should do that." Like, that's what Jim did. Like, you got the recordings, release them shits again, and clear my man's name. That shit is the shit is going on out there with dudes who have no merit or no facts, claiming real niggas as rats. That's crazy. Like, and when a rat is saying that, that's even crazier. Like, a rat is a rat is a rat. Like, what the fuck are you guys not understanding?
You know, it's just interesting to see, and the money does things, man. It makes people coordinate a certain way, man. Like I say, your interest shows in your moves in this game. Who you align yourself with, what you stand for, how you navigate. You know, we're gonna get to Boosie on the Breakfast Club and him speaking about, you know, the gay community, LGBT and Lil Nas X and things like that. But I want